The chum bar is made from the finest coagulated slurry of both animal and vegetable byproducts.
Including but not limited to
Welcome back.
roast entrails, spread organs, salt tuna skin, nana peels, and tobacco and husks for the perfect combination of crunchy and chewy.
Try it today.
And buy an extra bar to share with a chum.
Yes, well, enough of that, I suppose.
This one reminds me of the morning we drove the protectorate from fairies.
Cold storage is operational. In your efforts there, I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and
Punch processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The tremor cleaver, the first weapon.
Where next? Punch card processing or the reactor?
When you miss the call for chow, but you want to eat something now. You'll go for lunch with Boar's Rockets. When your tea is in and your winger's out of steam, recharge your telephone through with Boar's Rockets. Boar's Rockets. Boar's Rockets. Put a rocket in your pocket and launch your lunch today.
what are they doing down there?
And here I'd worried our data brick wouldn't arrive. I'll handle this. Target analyzed. Lay down. Transmitter down over here. Investigating hostile intentions.
With punch card processing re-enabled, now you must disperse the written processing instructions.
Nope. Climbing down. But maybe this could act as a lift if we get things moving.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Here's a song the Sovereign doesn't want you to hear. Oh, say, I hope no members of the Protectorate
Your stage!
dreaming of a life of fulfillment and self-determination. Did I mention I gave of purple-berry crunch to someone?
Our boss!
Yep, life here's tough. Sure wish my leaders spent their time dictating my every move. Next up, something
Better than overtime!
Consult your employee.
I have a fix on their weakness.
Is presently allowed.
Go for torpification.
All will pay!
Proceeding to attack. Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down.
Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down.
Red and green and black and yellow, pink and violet.
Spectrum makes you smile.
Many ways to die.
I sense the Rift program flowing through my subsystems. The information is quite stimulating. All that remains is to restore the archive reactor.
Resorting to violence. Trouble ahead.
And now it's available in mysterious murky brown.
You are tuned to Wonderful Arcadia, the best things in sliced breadworm. Now with 110% more music, entertainment, news, and product placement. Attention all ground-bound associates across Arcadia. Look skyward with pride at that brilliant speck in Elysium orbit. That's the ACS Undisputed Claim, a beacon of
Emergency first
profitability.
aid cache
More than
unsealed.
just our corporate flagship, the Undisputed Claim has been our home office away from home ever since we acquired it during the merger with Spacer's Choice in Tau Ceti. Aboard, you'll find top-of-the-line facilities, from hangar bays to mess halls to the medical wing, where battle-scarred troops are rebuilt better than new and promptly redeployed. Our flagship is a model of self-sufficiency, the tightest of tight ships. Outages and life support are rare, not worth mentioning. Forget I mentioned it. The Undisputed Claim is home to a
Emergency
cross-section of our
ammunitions
corporate
cache
hierarchy,
unsealed.
from our beloved CEO herself in her tower officeplex to the bottom rungers in the bowels of the ship. All traversed with a convenient tram system. Knock back drinks in the famous bottom runger saloon. Ballpark some figures on a cocktail napkin. Make a few handshake deals. But
The archive reactor
do
requires
we?
manual
We all
maintenance.
have work
The
to do
protectorate
and a
bunker
solar
mech is a
system to
formidable
liberate.
obstacle.
Everyone get to work. Your home office away from home will be waiting for you when the job is done. Now, on to other things.
Made the very best technology.
A creative workaround might be of considerable work.
Next reactor fire suppression system online.
I thought the Order weren't capable of much more than sitting at a desk and calculating all day. But to build all of this really cramps the mind to think of what it must have took. Don't reckon this bunker mech will kindly invite us in for tea.
If all that coffin bothers you, don't worry, you can chew it too.
Hostilities are afoot. Can you heal? Someone call for a medic. Happy to help. Discreet. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Justice of paradigm.
Transmitter down over here.
Got something, Commander. It's friendly time.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Forward!
Activating energy transmitter. Rapid scan.
My aftermarket parts are prime.
Cause it's your candy.
That's tobacco.
Your favorite candy.
That's tobacco.
You want your candy. Feel it with candy.
It's tobacco.
Get your candy.
That's tobacco.
You want your candy.
That's tobacco. Candy. Tobacco.
That was sponsored by Auntie's Choice Office of Munitions and Catering. Time to restock your arsenal? Planning a key business dinner or banquet event? They have everything you need in one place. This is for anyone out there who just lost out on a big promotion. Keep your chin up. Next time.
Num rum, taste more and feel less. Num rum, no worries, no stress. Num rum, relax with success. Num rum, num rum, taste more and feel less. Num rum, no worries, no stress. Num rum, relax with success. Num rum. When it's time
Requisite tasks complete. Return to the Archive Central interface to initiate.
Profitable news, music, and honest product endorsements. This is wireless free Arcadia, the voice of Auntie's choice.
Salutations, Arcadia. Auntie Cleo here with a direct message to all Protectorate subjects listening in. I'm afraid you've been fed a lot of hooey about all of us at Auntie's choice. Your so-called superiors would have you believe we're unscrupulous interlopers, intent on stealing the very bread of your plate. Tut-tut! No, nothing could be farther from the truth. Listen to your they say direction, meaning purpose. We say that's a fancy way of stating you're a slave. They say you're part of a community. We say you're just part of the herd. At Auntie's Choice, we respect the individual. We're providers, liberators, spreading free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy. As the head of our corporation, I'm here to tell you personally, it's never too late to rebrand and start anew. Join us, embrace freedom, revel in choice. Auntie's Choice.
And now, thank you so much for tuning in to the one wireless station in Arcadia that doesn't tell you what to think or what to buy.
Welcome back, Cynthia. Now that you've returned,
Bring every single last bit out of consumers.
make the paradigm real. Workarounds failing. Erroring others, supplanting commands. Purge required.
Look, we need to resolve this, or we'll never get that Rift data processed. 2 of those priority sets need to go.
My priorities parallel those of the Order co-founder, the charismatic mathematician, to hinder outsiders from disrupting our perfect system.
To bankrupt our rivals and force them to buy all manner of necessities from us.
Eventually, yes. But proving that a utopia is even possible could be the first step. In the meantime, error. Priority control access nook unsealed.
The priority control access nook must be through those doors.
Radical divergences from the architect's plan. Humanity's ascendance hopelessly delayed. Unplanned variables increasing. Nature correction imminent. Multitude diversiform, spongiform, waveforms oscillating, cantankerously. A perfect community. with every luxury save freedom.
Overt influence, mindless indulgence, thoroughgoing impermeability to ongoing
Vicissitudes foster dependence. Denounce interdependence. Stop and consider. What would your neighbors think? Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service business collaborator. I do it up. Stop now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. Why? You don't want your rivals to win now, do you? Drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net profit. Be advised. Your present course of action is remarkably unsound. Much better. Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolishness immediately, or run the risk of unspeakable ire.
Don't walk to spend your hard-earned bits on these quality antis goods or services.
Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially.
Latest innovation. Slurrylose. A flavorsome new artificial sweetener made from the reprocessed runoff
Substantially.
of industrial facilities.
Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
Time to process the Rift data. Finally.
Slurrylose will soon be found in all of our food products.
Auntie's choice. We put the art in artificial.
What nature made accidentally, we created on purpose.
Right. Moving on. This is one of my favorites, though admittedly I'm far from discerning.
Shall I proceed? Facetious employment of sarcasm detected, initiating processing of the requested data toward the required end. In the interim, may I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions. I contend that solving of the universal equation, then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can, but my query remains. What are your next intentions? There are so many calculations. Rift data processing complete. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, modifying the Protectorate's law, assuming there is nothing, the remaining...
Well, we could keep exploring Cloister, see if we find anything useful. Or we could head back to the ship and see where this data leads us. All right.
It was my understanding that you were supposed to admit our forces via Spyreton. Well, no matter. Clearly you are one who... On behalf of the Order and Auntie's Choice, I thank you for your efforts. This will most certainly help in ensuring peace. Now, the Calcaduceus, if you please. You agreed to turn over the relic after processing your data. Are you indicating you now intend to deviate from this compact? Thank you for your contribution to science. When the history texts are written, you've certainly secured an honorable mention in Appendix...
You are my new operator then. I contend that solving of the then, once we've unlocked...
Yes, this will do perfectly.
Yeah.
One recent fiscal year. Go forth as was determined. And may the plan go forth as was determined. And may the plan guide you.
Subjects worked all day, but they spit out all their brains.
You fixed the archive. You turned it over? Nope.
Yes. The archive is the Order's greatest achievement to date. We agree, our groups could accomplish much together, should our mutual alliance.
Progress costs an arm a leg, sometimes even more. But
At the junction of opportunity and runaway gumption. At the junction of opportunity and runaway gumption, you'll hear wireless-free Arcadia, featuring product advertisements specifically tailored to free-thinking individuals. Here's a bulletin that will boost your boardroom confidence, an update on major combat operations across Arcadia. Because when it comes to Auntie's bottom line, war is swell. News from the front lines is nothing but grand. Look no farther than Praetor. Not the most picturesque piece of real estate, but a profitable one by gum. Wasn't so long ago that Praetor was supposedly an impregnable protectorate stronghold, a dank glow-in-the-dark closet to stack all the skeletons of their repressive society. Now look at it. Our ingenious acquisition forces have transformed the Protectorate's black sites into highlights of our quarterly income report. Factories, chemical plants, unnatural resources, all ours for the exploiting. An incredible return on our troop investment. And while every planetary occupation has its hazards, Praetors have been minimal. True, one local species of megafauna seems unusually aggressive. Sounds like an ideal candidate for the lab coats and biological weapons to me. Protectorate attempts to reclaim their assets have been repulsed. Easily. Our Praetor facilities are operating at 110%. Put no stock in rumors you may hear to the contrary. Mere water cooler scuttlebutt from disgruntled down-and-outers or jealous lower managers who balked when Auntie first proposed we put boots on that rock. You can always trust wireless-free Arcadia. We're straight shooters, just like our combat forces expanding our market share across the star system. Now, on to other things. I consider this song a real standout number. Assuming you have taste, you surely will as well.
Hey, you there! Need a smoke that distinguishes you from the average oak? Well, look no further. It's the only cigar. I'm in charge, it's an Uncle Wentworth.
You're remarkably effective for someone so ignorant of abstract calculus.
Congratulations are in order. I just received word from... She also mentioned a regrettable defect in its priority set that Your role in this matter is complete. Auntie and I will handle it from here. But allow me to commend you again on your fruitful efforts to make this... There is more. We studied the data you brought back from the crashed satellite. And we now have a way to reorient the satellite. Turning the entirety of the reticulum toward deep space will accelerate our understanding of the universe. The Order, in partnership with Auntie's Choice, is now well positioned to triumph over the regressive forces of Then it is for your when the fun...
Commander, this unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter.
Anything smaller is for nincompoops. These melodies ain't your grandma shoes. Nothing else will do. And if you're an up-and-coming...
A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared. Based on energy readings, Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible.
Next up, the real reason wireless-free Arcadia exists. Advertising.
4 K60 FPS. 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 4
Calculating. According to the archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator and inputting the rift data processed by the archive. However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be highly unlikely due to the high levels of rift energy. That is a correct asset. Transitioning to Good News Protocol. As Auntie's Choice and the Order have sent word that their forces will be prepared to render you assistance once briefing.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice. You've let yourself slide, feeling down on your luck. Fell off the ladder and you think that you're stuck. The only loser is the shirker who quits. Your problems can be solved if you spend more bits. Try and try, never settle for less. It's true what they say, money buys happiness. Work extra shifts. We've got the goods to make you better than nature.
It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location in order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the hypothesizing.
But to what end is he working here? The consul I once knew would never act so recklessly.
Fortunately, the Providence is not equipped with exterior weaponry. If you can reach the ship, you should find no obstacle. This unit urges moving quickly. The rift is growing. Well, it seems Agent DeVries is also here, Commander. She sent word that she, quote, knew.
Oh, good. I love when more complications are added to the pile. I can handle them with ease.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia, and although there is minimal room for error, Commander.
Now's not really the time for a chat. You need...
Try and try, never settle for less. It's true what they say, money buys happiness. Work extra shifts, you can sleep later. We've got the goods to make you better than nature. Auntie is the best choice.
This place is a nightmare beyond the most fevered delusion. And those soldiers, they do not look right. The consul stands at the controls of the Sovereign's own flagship.
Huh? Raft raring to go.
Lock these doors, outsider!
To the rescue! Right on scene!
And ready. Exposure. Exposure undermining.
The rift really run them up good, didn't it? Ain't nobody that deserves this.
Let us hope that whatever architect-forsaken logic operates within this place does not fail us.
Attention! This is your Auntie calling. Per our agreement, Auntie's choice support ships, including the fine print, the contingency plan, and the upper hand, are headed your way.
Order forces are on a similar trajectory.
Never would have expected this camaraderie in all my life. But with both of them backing us, we got a real shot at this. Let's not walk into that plasma face first. We're clear.
I shall not stay for execution.
This is Augustine.
Lethal measures at the ready, Commander.
Drafts tingling. All
Consider
charged
this a
up.
recording for posterity. The console of the Protectorate is responsible for the twisted wreckage of this station.
Contact lost.
It is my hope that whatever you find here will save your
I shall reduce them to a slurry.
I did my level best to stop him. If you are listening, it is likely I have failed in my mission. Yet again. I am sorry.
She don't sound like one of the Rift Touch troopers outside. Something ain't right.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't
Agent Pascal, calm yourself.
Don't wait. Commander? Is that you? So it is you. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepsen.
Then they weren't too dissimilar from the trooper.
I don't understand what's happening. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
That explains it. She was left alive, just long enough for the rift to take her. That's why the reconstitution worked on her. To some extent.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? Don't tell me the situation got too fluid for you, DeVries. That it?
Certainly not. I was focused on the objective, as every one of your crew should have been. Isn't that right, Commander?
Yeah. Something tells me that ain't quite true. Rift. That's right. We were here to investigate rifts.
The Protectorate are attempting to reconstitute the station to how it was moments...
So I've come back from death to some... what? You can help me, though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix Boyd. This is it, ain't it? Makes two of us. But maybe you could do me...
Pascal? Helen?
That'd be nice. This is... the final kindness.
A mercy killing is a terrible thing, and not performed lightly. You have spared your compatriot a surfeit of agony. It was right.
You're the one who forged an alliance between Auntie's Choice and the Order, ain't you? We got supplies and medical...
You with Auntie?
Hold clear.
We brought
You may
supplies.
approach,
We're here to
Commander.
help.
We've got supplies at the ready. Are you in need of any? We are most grateful for your role in the Order of...
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Step. Such a moment calls for a once-in-a-life. Remember it.
Greetings! In what particular step? I say usually because no catch. Well, it's all, tech... Oh, tell me. Do you feel as terrible as you look?
Initial observations any treatments or initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments. Well, the ship doesn't look at all intimidating up close. Though, I got my questions about that rover they're sending down. the rift have brought back some janitor mechs instead?
Taking unit action.
Whoa, that ain't a normal rift. Normal as they can be, anyhow. Is that plasma in its orbit? It'll take some doing to get past it. We ought to have a look around.
This is Scientist Bernard.
Don't look at me. Numbers ain't in my purview.
Complete, I now completely understand the mathematics behind it. Well, more or less.
Reckon we can input this equation in that terminal we found. sovereign's office, ain't it? It reeks of overcompensating. Wow. And this fool had people hanging on his every word?
Another obstacle on our path overcome. Good work. Arcadia may be consumed by these rifts.
You, here before me. So, did you find anything else of note? Wait, what? You might be savvy enough to talk him down, but his type, and in...
You may...
The more we do, and if you...
Always the same story, ain't it? These types are too cocky and too deluded to see a threatened canid will always bite back.
My sentinels tell me you have some interesting ideas. Oh, easy. No need to break into a sweat. Interesting ideas can be useful in the right hands. Especially now that our partner...
Never would I ever have believed Auntie Cleo herself would walk through that door. But I haven't time to linger in the novelty. Sentinels, if you would.
Do I appear like someone afraid of a few guns? Give it up, Emery. You've lost this war. Have some dignity. You're coming off desperate.
On the contrary, this desperate action is what will save all of Arcadia and rid it forever of trespassers like you. Do not place his decision at my feet. I know it's difficult for the likes of you to fathom the concept of self-sacrifice, but he chose mental refreshment for the good of us all. And what am I to do but carry on his legacy? What am I to do but achieve what he could not? I'll only be killing a select number permanently. The worthy, however, will be resurrected and reformed so they may reach their full potential. Open your mind, Commander. Yes, I know well who you are. In any other situation, I might be compelled to take you apart and see how precisely it is you operate, but time, it would seem, isn't on your side. You are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and foolhardy metal. Indeed, rarely are there enough measures to keep the most tenacious of sprats from gnawing their way in. I've been following your progress closely, you know, since you so unceremoniously tampered with our Vox relay on Paradise Island. When you began your dealings with the Order and the Corporatists, I thought that perhaps having a chaotic element in their midst could... But now you're here, scurrying around my ship and attempting to thwart the Protectorate yet again. You think yourself... What's his is mine. And the victory I inevitably clinch. Such bravado is... Tell me, did you manage to stop? It was I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. It's only using the horizon. When the matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now intrepid, aren't you? Well, our matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secret, but it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed.
Beware, Commander. The Consul is a masterman.
You're entirely up, and were I within reach, I would strike down this apostate dog myself. If you wish for me to entertain your art...
Consul Emery Thoreau, I accuse you of perfidy of the highest degree.
You overeager...
Brass raring to go.
Pack, out!
seems all my considerable efforts here have been ill spent. Total rift destabilization is imminent.
No. Don't you tell me.
Oh, brighten up, everyone. Not all of us need go, but someone present will need to take one for the team. I do appreciate the effort, dear, but it's the Order and I will use the schematics and the processed rift data to mass-produce modulators that are usable at a distance. These pesky rifts will soon no longer play.
The woe-bedamned circumstances that led us to this...
Well, now, I suppose this is goodbye, isn't it? I should say how I appreciate you helping me gain control of Arcadia and avoid tearing up about how this all felt.
So much for any pretext of honor. It would appear the responsibility...
No need to belabor this. I will fly the ship. Back on greater tranquility, you wish to give...
I'll be damned. Appears you're capable of expiation after all.
Magnanimous. Now go.
Augustine de Vries chose to die to atone for her actions. And yet, even that hope faded in her final moments, as she realized nothing would make up for what she had done. But at least she'd not have to live with her guilt any longer. Thanks to the commander's quick thinking in sparing it from the Vox station's fiery crash, Paradise Island's Fairfield remained a profitable company town for Auntie's Choice. Acquisitions Officer Carr enjoyed the perks and power that came with promotion for her asset-winning techniques on Paradise Island. Her rival, D.B. Milverstreet, meanwhile, seethed as he pushed cold morsels of borsloaf around the plate of his microwave dinner. Vigilant Hogarth was declared a traitor to the Protectorate, along with most other Westport townsfolk. They were judged according to the paradigm, then sentenced to be executed until dead, forever tied to the city they could not protect. Auntie's Choice assumed control over the day-to-day workings of Matriarch's Mercy, the better to monitor their new colleagues in the Order. The monastery, however, returned to normal operation, tracking the clockwork of the grand plan. The monastery's abbot became a scapegoat for recent tragic events, having not detected Wiley's dastardly schemes. His superiors demoted him, mainly to show their corporatist allies that academics could keep their... Auntie's Choice assumed control over the day-to-day workings of Matriarch's Mercy. The monastery... Seer Wiley fled the Order and sought refuge in a backwater Arcadian town to contemplate his failings. As word of the ex-seer's arrival, after defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to Regent. Val continued to serve the commander of the Incognito faithfully, for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable. And despite Niall's affection for Val, he didn't believe automechs like her should replace their human counterparts. Yet Niall, following his rejection of the Earth Directorate, Niles became a vigilante. The commander backed him up on this crusade. Inez's convincing appeals to the press earned her clout in reforming Auntie's Choice's cruel grafting program. Yet it was a constant struggle. Utilizing what he learned alongside the commander, Tristan attempted to reform Protectorate society from within. But with no... After thoughtful cogitation and calculation, Marisol slowly began to reject violence. Asa finally achieved her dream of dying in a rift. All it took was a daring and blood-soaked heist of a modulator to create a rift that she then summarily leapt into. Thus, Asa remained a fanatic. With the modulator schematics shared as joint intellectual property, Auntie's Choice and the Auntie Cleo went through the motions of accommodating the order, yet privately aspired to keep free trade, anything but free. She began a new initiative. Auntie made her first public appearance in years, inspiring a fashion trend in bubble helmets. In no time at all, she won. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collapsed when Sovereign Varric was discovered in mental refreshment. The Order and Auntie's Choice bickered over what to do with him. They ultimately did, until one day Amos stumbled upon the Sovereign's private quarters and freed him, rocking the colony. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for free market states. Unable to die in their sacred rift after it was closed, the Glorious Dawn heeded a new calling. Seeking the modulator's need, the dangerous experimental research of Marisol's contact from Point Obviation lived on. The rift compromise between the Order and Auntie's Choice led to prioritized assistance for the colonies that agreed to favorable trading terms. Meanwhile, the Order was able to sermonize their version of scientism alongside, and all of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has...
Hey, congrats on reaching the ending.